Hello and welcome to this recording from Support Cambridgeshire, a partnership of Cambridge CVS and Hunts Forum. This is one of several recordings we have developed to support small charities. To accompany the recording, there are guidance links available at the end of the transcript, which will provide you with any materials or links we mention. This training uses resources and training developed and supported with consent from the National Cybersecurity Centre, NCSC, and the National Association for Voluntary Community Action, NAVCA. During this short introduction, we will cover awareness of NCSC, why cybersecurity is important, what you and your group should be aware of and looking out for when it comes to cyber attacks, where can you access support and resources for you and your group for free. This on-demand training is aimed at individuals linked to community and voluntary groups and small charities. The goal is to encourage you to consider your cybersecurity position. Who are the National Cybersecurity Centre? The National Cybersecurity Centre, or NCSC, are formerly a part of GCHQ, one of the three main UK intelligence agencies. The NCSC mission is to help make the UK the safest place to live and work online. The NCSC provides key up-to-date guidance for charities which are free to use. Their website is a one-stop shop for any of your cyber questions. You can contact the NCSC via their inquiries page. There is a helpful link from Charity Digital, an A to Z glossary of cybersecurity terms and definitions. A cyber attack is considered any malicious attempt to damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems, IT networks, or devices such as laptops, phones, and tablets, specifically without your knowledge and permission. Recent cyber attacks have made news headlines. In June 2024, the NHS was attacked and several GP surgeries and hospitals were affected, causing serious disruption. The British Library were victims of a cyber attack in October 2023. In the opposite way, cybersecurity is the actions you take to protect your systems and devices from such an attack. By protecting your systems sufficiently, you stand a significantly stronger chance of keeping your systems and charity safe from an attack. Just as the internet is a fundamental part of life in keeping your charity running and accessible to all, so is your cybersecurity. Why could charities be at risk? Charities hold funds, often electronically, hold personal, financial and commercial data of interest to individuals and often of monetary value to a criminal. Often this data is sensitive, valuable and vulnerable to attack. Think about how your supporters would feel if their data was taken from your systems. The impact of a cyber attack can range from missing data, stopping your operations temporarily or permanently, costs of a breach or lost revenue, including the time taken to recover, and finally the reputation of your charity. A Cumbria-based community charity, the Milham Network Centre, which supports local people with its food pantry, second-hand furniture sales and educational programmes, lost all of its charitable funds in May 2024 when it fell victim to fraud. Scammers emptied its entire bank account. Before the bank agreed to refund the charity, they faced the very real fear of closure. Who could attack a charity? Cyber criminals might attack a charity. This can be either untargeted or targeted. No matter which way it is, it's usually always for financial gain. There is no information to say charities are specifically targeted over other sectors. However, we know criminals scan the internet for organizations that have weak security defenses. If you think about an opportunistic burglar walking down the street looking for properties with open windows, the burglar or cybercriminal won't care if those windows belong to a small or large charity. It's not just ransomware. Criminals can steal money through other routes like pretending to be a supplier and asking for urgent payment on an invoice. Nation-states. There is currently no evidence of nation-states targeting the charity sector, but it is possible to be caught up in an untargeted attack by a nation-state. Lastly, the insider threat, and by that I mean a member of staff, volunteer or trustee that's working in the charity. The overwhelming majority of cyber incidents caused by insiders are accidental. However, they can still have a significant impact on the operation of the charity. It's really important for charities not to foster a culture of blame for accidental insider cyber incidents. It is so easy to make a mistake. whether it's clicking on a suspicious link or opening an attachment which could unleash a virus. The important thing is that staff feel that they can report without fear of repercussions. That way, IT can be up and running quicker and data recovered faster. But there could be a chance that the insider threat could be on purpose. Perhaps a member of staff is disgruntled or a trustee feels they have been ignored. All these threats, whether targeted or untargeted, accidental or on purpose, can be mitigated by using some key cybersecurity approaches. How are charities being attacked? Ransomware is a type of malware that makes data or systems unusable until the victim makes a payment. Typically the data is encrypted, but it may also be deleted or stolen, or the computer itself may be made inaccessible. Following the initial ransomware attack, those responsible will usually send a ransom note demanding payment to recover the data. Law enforcement do not encourage, endorse, nor condone the payment of ransom demands. If you pay, there is no guarantee that you will get access to your data or computer. Ransomware attacks can have a devastating impact on organizations, with victims spending significant amounts of time and money to reinstate critical services. Often skills need to be brought in from elsewhere. Replacing or upgrading expensive IT equipment is also often required. The British Library and NHS cyber attacks I referred to earlier were ransomware attacks. Malware is malicious software that is designed to interfere with a computer's normal functioning and that can be used to obtain information and commit cybercrimes. Phishing is where untargeted mass emails are sent to many people asking for sensitive information such as bank details or encouraging them to visit a fake website. Most of us have heard about not opening suspicious-looking attachments or web links, but these attacks do still regularly happen. Criminal groups will use charity branding or logos to make the emails look more legitimate. These can be obtained from websites or a simple Google search. A couple of examples on the slide. In May 2024, Companies House sent out an email warning of scam letters being sent out claiming to be from Companies House. The letters claimed that the recipient needed to make payment for enhanced web filing access. In June 2024, we at CCVS posted on LinkedIn that we had been made aware by the Cambridge City Council of a fraudulent message aimed at Homes for Ukraine visa holders that was circulating online. The message falsely claimed to be from the Home Office and requested personal data. What can you do to protect your data? We will look at each area in a little more detail. Backing up your data, protecting against malware, keeping devices secure, create strong passwords, defend against phishing. Backing up your data is your vital first step in your cybersecurity strategy. You must ensure not only that your charity is taking regular backups of important data, but test that they can also be restored. This will reduce the inconvenience of any data loss from theft, fire, other physical damage or ransomware. Identify what needs to be backed up. Usually this includes documents, emails, contacts, legal information, calendars, financial records, and supporter or beneficiary databases. Ensure the device containing your backup is not permanently connected to your network, either physically or over a local network. Consider backing up to the cloud. This means your data is stored in a separate location, away from your offices and devices, and you'll be able to access it quickly from anywhere. Link to cloud security guidance from the NCSC is on the slide. Protecting your charity against malware, which is malicious software including viruses, doesn't have to be pricey or complicated. I have listed a few low-cost and simple options on the slide. Use antivirus software on all computers and laptops. Only install approved software on tablets and smartphones and prevent users from downloading third-party apps from unknown sources. Patch all software and firmware by promptly applying the latest software updates provided by manufacturers and vendors. Use automatically update options where available. Control access to removable media such as SD cards and USB sticks. Consider disabling ports or limiting access to sanctioned media. Encourage staff to transfer files via email or cloud storage instead. Switch on your firewall, included with most operating systems, to create a buffer zone between your network and the internet. There is a link on the slide to smartphone and device security guidance from the NCSC. Smartphones and tablets which are used outside the safety of your office and home need even more protection than desktop equipment. Switch on PIN password protection, fingerprint and face recognition for mobile devices. Configure devices so that when lost or stolen they can be tracked, remotely wiped or remotely locked. Keep your devices and all installed apps up to date using the automatically update option if available. When sending sensitive data, don't connect to public Wi-Fi hotspots, use 3G or 4G connections including tethering of wireless dongles, or use VPNs. Replace devices that are no longer supported by manufacturers with up-to-date alternatives. There is a link to an NSC blog post about mobile device management software on the slide. Passwords, when implemented correctly, are a free, easy, and effective way to prevent unauthorized people from accessing your devices and data. Make sure all laptops, Macs, and PCs use encryption products that require a password to boot. Switch on password PIN protection or fingerprint and face recognition for mobile devices. Use two-factor authentication, 2FA, for important websites like banking and email if you are given the option. Two-factor authentication requires using a password and one other form of protection, like a fingerprint, face recognition, PIN, or text message. Avoid using predictable passwords such as family and pet names. Avoid the most common passwords that criminals can guess, like password. Do not enforce regular password changes. They only need to be changed when you suspect a compromise. Change the manufacturer's default passwords that devices are issued with before they are distributed to staff. Provide secure storage so staff can write down passwords and keep them safe, but not with the device. Ensure staff can reset their passwords easily. Consider using a password manager, and if you do use one, make sure that the master password that provides access to all your other passwords is a strong one. Links to further information and resources from the NCSC are on the slide. Phishing attacks are when scammers send fake emails asking for sensitive information such as bank details, or the emails include links to bad websites and the emails encourage you to click on the links. To defend your charity against phishing attacks, you can ensure staff don't browse the web or check emails from an account with administrative privileges. This will reduce the impact of successful phishing attacks. Scan for malware and change passwords as soon as possible if you suspect a successful attack has occurred. Don't punish staff if they get caught out. It discourages people from reporting in the future. Check for obvious signs of phishing like poor spelling and grammar or low-quality versions of recognizable logos. Does the sender's email address look legitimate, or is it trying to mimic someone you know? This is challenging as the emails are increasingly sophisticated. Link on the slide is to 5 top tips to avoiding phishing attacks from the NCSC. Despite your best efforts, cyber attacks can happen, and if you think your charity has been the victim of a cyber attack, an online fraud, scam, or extortion, you should report this through the Action Fraud website. There is a link on the slide. You must report certain incidents that you're legally obliged to report to the Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, regardless of whether your IT is outsourced. This includes a personal data breach under the GDPR or Data Protection Act. You'll also have to report it as a serious incident to the Charity Commission through the Charity Commission England and Wales website. Reporting incidents will demonstrate that you have taken responsible actions to identify problems within your charity. It also helps the Commission to gauge threats that may affect the wider sector and to take steps to address these with targeted advice and guidance. If you are not sure if you've been attacked or need further advice, you can contact the NCSC Inquiries. The NCSC has produced a number of tools called the Active Cyber Defense Tools, or ACD. These are offered to organizations across certain sectors, including charities, for free. There are free tools which are worth looking into for your charity. They are Mail and Web Check and Early Warning. The NCSC also has a lot of free resources, including guide, support, and advice. On the slide are a few resources that are useful to smaller charities in particular. Small Charity Guide, infographics. These are useful if your team has any specific questions or wants to learn more. They're available on the NCSC website and can be downloaded and printed. E-learning courses. This includes top tips for staff. The training can be completed online or downloaded and built into your training platform. It takes less than 30 minutes to complete and is deliberately non-technical. This training is aimed at small organisations, so some of the terminology is not aimed at charities, but it is a useful resource for colleagues who may like some basic cyber skills. The future. Technology is constantly developing at an ever-increasing pace, with policy, legislation and security furiously trying to play catch-up. Plans for future legislation have again been amended with a new Labour government elected in July 2024. AI briefly appears on the agenda, but the focus appears to be on data protection matters and privacy rights. We plan to update this training transcript with any relevant updates. The link is to the Data Protection Network article, July 2024, which discusses possible changes in legislation with the new Labour government. We hope that this training has been of assistance in increasing your awareness of what is cybersecurity, who is the National Cybersecurity Council, and how you can protect yourself and your charity from possible cyber attacks. Please do reach out to us directly with any further support needs, and do check out our website for further training resources.